Hey guys, and welcome back to Board Watch. I'm Brian.
Jessica.
I'm Joey.
So, let's get one thing out of the way. It's been a while since you guys have seen Jessica. And as you can tell, we are going to be having a baby in mid-June.
Yeah.
So, beautiful baby Rebecca will be born around June 21st. So,
yeah, we're
ready
excited.
for that. Sorry, if it was a boy, the middle name would have been Joseph.
Child.
If it was a boy,
we'll have another reactor along the way eventually. Give her a few years.
If it was a boy, the middle name would be Joseph. I'm just saying, but it's not. So.
Perhaps the next one will be.
So it's her first name.
Her name's
Josephine.
Joe.
Yeah. Yeah. Other big news. It's season 8, episode 1 of Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
The long winter is over.
One.
This is
my longest.
Your longest wait. Your longest wait. Because you literally had to wait 3 days between season 6 and season 7.
Yeah, and then a week each week.
And then just a week in between.
Which was already
episodes.
frustrating. So this year has been.
So, but we've only got 6 to go. Yeah. It is the end. I don't know if I want to go into too much of a recap right now because I remember at the end of season 7 we already kind of did a lot of theory crafting. Yeah. So I think it's probably just kind of best to get into the episode and just go from there because every single episode is going to be over an hour from here on out. So
yeah, that's true.
Thank goodness.
Yes. So yes, fewer episodes but longer episodes. So without further ado, Valar or Navis. Ooh. Already different.
Oh yeah, it is.
Yeah, it was different.
There's a big hole. Oh no.
Oh, that's cool. It shows
The winter creeping. The winter creeping up. Kind of reminds me of Bran running around in season 1.
Yeah.
And he's a climber.
Yeah.
Still waiting
Hopefully
to see
it's
anything.
the same.
Right.
Wow,
King and
riding
Queen.
together
already. That's a good
well,
look.
I mean, you have to, but still.
It's a good look.
That's dope.
But publicly together,
Publicly,
not just in private. I see what you mean. But yeah.
That's why she's already finished. She's like, oh, fuck this.
I haven't really had that kind of shot of Winterfell
I know,
in
right?
the actual show before.
Look at you. You're a man.
Almost.
Stop speaking cryptically, you asshole.
We don't have time for all this. The Night King has your dragon. He's one of them now. The wall has fallen. The dead march south.
Bran is the only one that knows.
As soon as we heard about the wall, I called all our banners to retreat to Winterfell.
You left Winterfell a king and came back a... I'm not sure what you are now. A lord? Nothing at all?
It's not important.
Not important? We named you King in the North.
You did, my lady. It was the honor of my life. I'll always be grateful for your faith. But when I left Winterfell, I told you we need allies or we will die. I have brought those allies home to fight alongside us. I had a choice. Keep my crown or protect the North. I chose the North.
May I ask, how are we meant to feed the greatest army the world has ever seen? While I ensured our stores would last through winter, I didn't account for Dothraki unsullied and 2 full-grown dragons. What do dragons eat, anyway?
Whatever they want.
Got some female tension going here.
I'm sure you weren't thrilled to hear the Lannister army's marching north. You have every right to be fearful of my sister. No one fears her more than I do, but I promise you'll be safe.
Cersei told you her army was coming north to fight for you.
She did.
And you believed her.
She has something to live for now. I believe she wants to survive.
I used to think you were the cleverest man alive.
Cersei's got something else up her sleeve.
Did she, though? Did she really think he was the most clever man alive?
Yeah, I don't think so.
She never really respected him the whole time that they were... I mean...
Bran is giving me the creeps.
It's kind of his role now.
Have you ever used it?
Yeah.
Once or twice. She doesn't like your queen, does she?
Sansa thinks she's smarter than everyone.
She always did.
She's the smartest person I've ever met.
Are you defending her? You?
I'm defending our family. So is she.
I'm her family too.
Don't forget that.
You picked the losing side.
Then I'll serve the Iron Fleet somewhere else. But first, I'm gonna fuck the Queen.
That's what you think.
Maybe now that Jamie...
She might. Who knows? I can't tell. She's crazy.
I was hoping we could talk in private.
After the war, that was our agreement.
Wars sometimes last years.
You want a whore, buy one. You want a queen, earn her.
Slave for Cersei, I guess.
How? I've given her justice, an army, and the Iron Fleet. Yet, she gives me no sign of affection. My heart is nearly broken.
Yeah, right.
You're kidding me.
Apologies for the interruption, but the Queen did urge me to hurry.
Buzzkill.
Our Queen's brothers are unlikely to survive their northern adventures, but in the event that they do... She has a keen sense of poetic justice.
Oh.
That fucking family.
When the Citadel expelled me, I thought I would die poor and alone.
Do I please the Queen?
You might be the most arrogant man I've ever met.
I think she can like it.
I like that. Now I want to be alone.
Oh!
Yeah, because he totally left.
He did just jump off of a boat when he could have saved her.
He tried to save her at least.
But
I guess
eventually made up for it.
Now they're even.
Go on.
Yeah. Do it.
I don't know how to ride a dragon.
Nobody does, until they ride a dragon.
It's like a roller coaster.
Why would you do that, man? Why would you do that? Rhaegal's just being a dick.
Yeah.
Don't be afraid. Did you bend the knee to save the North? Or because you love her?
Yes.
He didn't even answer.
I don't know.
Which is a yes.
At least I'll be allowed home again, now that my brother's the Lord.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, they really didn't do it.
Your brother stood with your father.
Oh, Sam.
But your family hated you.
That's true. Still his family.
Thank you, Your Grace. Would you have done it?
No.
I've executed men who disobeyed me.
You've also spared men. Thousands of wildlings when they refused to kneel.
I wasn't a king.
But you were. You've always been.
My father was the most honorable man I ever met. You said he lied to me all my life.
Your father
saved your life.
Ned Stark, he promised your mother he'd always protect you. And he did. Robert would have murdered you if he knew. You're the true king. Aegon Targaryen, 6th of his name, protector of the realm, all of it. You gave up your crown to save your people. Would she do the same?
Good question. I don't think so.
Right now. It's a big fuck no coming from her.
If the horses last, we'll get there before the
And the
dead.
boy woke up.
Oh shit.
Just have to hope the Night King doesn't come first.
They turned into like.
I didn't notice that. That was horrifying.
That was like a white zombie animal.
Oh my god.
Pretty ballsy. I mean, I guess maybe a lot of people won't notice him, but... Bran.
Oh, man.
You pushed me out a window.
You're the reason I liked it.
That's crazy. He's in a wheelchair. He's like, wow. And it just looks dead out of it.
That's what he looks like to everyone.
Yeah, it's a hidden spot.
Yeah. Oh, it's the end?
Wow. Whoa.
It didn't even feel longer than an hour.
No, I need more. I need more.
I know.
I need another episode already. Alright, episode 2, let's go. No.
Wow, they still have... There's still...
Wow, what's the 10 minutes?
10 minutes left. We don't want to watch like any like previews for next week, right?
No.
Is that what that is after?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what that is. So
no, keep
we'll
it a secret.
pass on that. So,
so much to process.
So it is a pretty typical episode 1, though.
Yeah.
As far as just kind of reminding people where you're at.
Ties.
There's not too many things in there that were like. I mean, there wasn't like a major death.
No.
No.
And it was stuff that we pretty much knew was going to happen. Like John had to find out eventually.
Yeah,
so.
just kind of cleaning up the last ties.
It's picking up where the last season left off, being like, all right, it's been a year and a half, almost 2 years since you've last seen an episode, and here,
Yeah.
So, but that being said, there were still some interesting, good scenes. So it was good seeing Jon and Arya finally get back together.
Yeah.
She's like, I still
Such
have
long
you.
journeys for both of them.
Yeah, they've completely changed as people, both of them.
But Arya is more on Sansa's side, it almost seems like.
Understandably, and I think it's building to that tension to where it's like leading to, like where they both rule together, hopefully.
Right.
Yeah.
Not to where
there's going to be a lot of pressure in the North for Jon to take the throne.
I wonder how the Starks are going to react. If the Stark girls are going to react
to find out that he's a Targaryen.
Yeah.
Well, and
but he's also a Stark, so like
technically more Targaryen, but yeah, Stark as well.
Like the Sam scene made it very poignant that you were willing to forego your crown to save your people. Would Daenerys do the same thing? And Jon couldn't answer that, which means he knows that she might not.
She probably
I don't think she would.
So,
unless Tyrion talks her into it, which might happen, and that's maybe what that talk was about earlier.
Which kind of ties into if you go back and like look into Azor Ahai and the Prince Who Was Promised, or like the original legendary warrior who fought back the White Walkers. He had to, I believe, he had to kill his lover or something like that, and when he withdrew his sword, it became Lightbringer.
Right.
And Jon Snow is, or I guess Aegon the Sixth. I guess Aegon the Sixth. Is the Prince Who Was Promised. So
but Lyanna didn't name him Jon.
That doesn't necessarily mean that history needs to repeat itself.
True.
Or anything like that. But
I don't think you kill her over like namesake or
no, but like
she might,
if she goes crazy,
the seeds of dissent are there, and like if it comes to a point where she's being so stubborn that she's not going to save people just to keep her crown, that might be a turning point for Jon.
Yeah,
true.
So, like, they've already planted that seed. Sam is just like, hey, would she do that? Like, you did this, would she do this? And it might actually...
Who did he execute?
It might not be a hypothetical question. He might actually have to... Sorry, what?
Who did he did execute somebody at the wall, right?
Yeah, he executed Ollie and well, those 6 guys that stabbed him. The 5 guys?
Okay, but they actually killed him.
Yeah. Sure. And, I mean, he also...
Not because they didn't believe in him, but because they actually murdered him.
Yeah.
Rob was the one who killed him.
Well, I mean, all the Starks, like, because he who passes judgment must swing the sword.
Right.
They don't have executioners. They are, like, the leader is the because they're just like, it's a way to not take the decision to kill someone lightly.
Right.
So it's just not like, you should die, but I'm not going to do it because that's icky. It's just that's taking ownership of it and is a type of honor in and of itself. But I mean, they do.
I am surprised at how sad Sam was.
Yeah, that was kind of weird.
A very. I mean, he really was sad. I mean, I could get him being upset, but like, it's not like she killed. And he didn't even really like his brother.
No.
Yeah, no.
His brother didn't even really like him.
I mean, they are family, and I think maybe he might be concerned about where that leaves his mother and his sisters.
True.
There's no lord of the household. He's, at the Citadel, and there's no one to look after them.
Hopefully that's what it's about. Hopefully he moves past it. But she does also need to get checked because that was fucked up, and I hope she does change from that.
Yeah, that was cold.
It was cold. I said it was cold during. We were like, no.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, really?
Still cold.
He's like, I
mean, she only did need to kill 2 people to get the entire Tarly army, though. Because, like, originally none of them were kneeling, and then she's just like, kneel or die. She just kills 2 guys, and that got everyone else to kneel. But, still. A little extreme.
Yeah. Especially she's like the breaker of chains and everything like that, all about freedom, and here she is like, you can only be free if you free.
And I don't like what she said. The tension with Sansa is crazy, especially her being like saying about the respect thing.
Yeah, I'm like, what is she gonna do to Sansa if she doesn't? You know?
Like what is she talking? Yeah,
burn
maybe that's what makes Jon have to kill her.
Yeah, like if Daenerys starts going against Sansa and Arya.
Yeah.
Again, this is just like theory land because like just because it happened in the past doesn't mean it's going to happen in the future. But like also, why would he write about that?
True.
So there's that. Euron had some interesting roles this episode.
Yeah.
I mean. I wrote down Euron and Yara, but that wasn't really an interesting scene. It was more Euron and Cersei that was that was fun.
Yeah.
I mean, he's as far as all of the like bad guy characters.
He's the most fun to watch.
Charming. He almost has like
Ramsay was pretty fun to watch.
He almost has like a Ramsay vibe to him.
Yeah, like he's a lot more charismatic than Joffrey, or let's say.
Oh God, yeah.
But he's not. I don't know. Like, as far as, like, the worst characters in the show, like, where Joffrey, Ramsay, and Euron falls, I feel like he would be third. Like, Joffrey being the Ramsay.
You're saying worst?
Just, like, the worst. Like, actual human beings.
I'd say
Ramsay was pretty bad.
Yeah, Ramsay was fucked up. But also,
Joffrey
loves his torture.
I'd say Ramsay, Walter Frey, Joffrey.
But Walter Frey was a coward. Like, Joffrey actually loved torturing the horse. The horse. He wasn't good enough to torture anyone else. Really, like Ramsay just delighted in torture.
Yeah.
No, that's not true. Joffrey loved torturing Sansa.
Well, yeah, Sansa and the whores but like women, which is terrible. Ramsay would just delighted in torturing anybody.
Yeah,
that's true.
Definitely, Ramsay is a consensus number one.
Well, I don't know. I feel like Cersei should be number one.
I mean, yes, Euron is a bad guy, but I don't know if I can put him quite on that Joffrey and Euron. But he's as charismatic as Ramsay, at least, as far as bad guy, charismatic. So, like, you love to hate him, but, like, you're kind of like, he's kind of fun to watch.
Yeah.
And I don't think that Cersei really has feelings for him. I feel like,
no. God, no.
No, she just, like, is like, okay, fine. I'll just appease you so you shut up for a while.
Well, yeah, because she still needs his army, and if she pisses him off too much, he can just switch sides, and then she's fucked.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like that's why she did what she
So,
did. But
like-
I do feel like a part of her is a little intrigued by him because he's so arrogant.
I mean, she did say that.
Yeah, I feel like she partly likes him. I just think she also is frustrated with the situation, especially with Jamie leaving.
Oh, yeah. Once she takes the crown, I think she would have him murdered for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Because she also is smart and can't trust him.
And then Theon coming back for Yara.
That was awesome.
So I wonder how many of the Greyjoy ships they were able to apprehend, or the Euron ships. I mean, they're all Greyjoy ships, but like, I wonder how many because they snuck onto that ship and killed all the people that were guarding Yara.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if they snuck her off onto a different boat or if they like.
I think they have a few boats, but I don't think they said left. He's there with all of his men, so it's left the rest But who knows if he brought how many of the men actually left, and like, especially if it's really just a positioning. Like, as long as they have the position, it doesn't matter how many Greyjoys are there. It just doesn't matter that they have that stronghold, which is an important stronghold to have in the winter to come.
Speaking of the Greyjoys, like
sorry, continue.
I am wondering, since Yara's like, go back to Winterfell to fight with the Starks, I wonder how the reception of that will be, because all of like Winterfell in the north think that he was responsible for this horrible thing with Rickon and Bran. I mean, obviously they know Bran's alive now, but for the longest time they didn't. Would they hold that against him?
Didn't Jon and him have a thing in Dragonstone? They talked in Dragonstone, didn't they? And what did he say to him again? I'm trying to remember.
Yeah, they have seen each other though.
Yeah,
no, I mean,
like the rest of them haven't.
The North, just in
Arya
general.
hasn't.
But the North also knows that Bran and Rickon didn't get burned. But they still will be pissed for him
trying to take over,
betraying the Starks.
Would they forgive him for that and let him like?
Because Jon already tried to. Didn't he already forgive him?
Yeah, there's nothing to forgive. That's kind of a Stark thing.
Yeah.
It's something Starks always say. There's nothing to forgive.
I mean, Sansa can vouch for him.
Yep.
Technically.
I wonder if, going back to Winterfell, though, that would trigger a ton of PTSD for him.
Probably.
Because that's where everything happened.
Well, when he got taken.
Yeah.
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 But, I mean, he voluntarily... and Yara was being cool with it, being like, you want to fight for the Starks, don't you? And she's like, go. You can do it.
Yeah.
Like, we'll be the bridge between the mainland and the Iron Islands just in case you need a retreat thing, like a retreat path.
Yeah.
Which is probably going to have to happen.
I mean, it's a smart idea.
But I don't think retreat from Winterfell, and I also think there's going to be a division. I think people are going to get trapped in Winterfell, and I think people are also going to get trapped on the Iron Islands.
Yeah, I mean, because what's to prevent them from just freezing the water and walking over it or something?
That's
I don't know.
true,
Like,
too.
who knows what that dragon can do? Like, what if that dragon has ice breath?
Yeah,
like just create an ice bridge to the Iron Islands.
That would be crazy.
And then they're trapped. Or well, I mean, yeah, because if they trap the boats in ice or something, I don't know. Like this is just out there.
Yeah.
Jon flying.
Yeah.
Which is another thing that we've been kind of waiting for ever since it was confirmed that he was a Targaryen. Yeah. Everyone's like, all right, well, it's going to be Daenerys, Tyrion, and Jon flying. Now Tyrion can't. Now the Night King is flying Viserion.
Slap in the face.
But
I don't think anyone's called that one.
Well, we were calling an ice dragon. We weren't calling Viserion to become that ice dragon. Yeah. Like we were thinking, because like the history and lore, there was like things underneath the wall, and so we thought that when the wall collapsed, that's when a dragon was going to come out.
Yeah.
Basically happened the same episode, the wall falling in the dragon, but like
it was just like it wasn't out of the ice.
Yeah, like we because there's like tunnels and monsters or something underneath
under there,
like in the tunnels underneath the wall or something.
There still might be this,
right? Yeah. So that's what a lot of people were thinking the ice dragon was going to come from, but
yeah.
And that it still might in the books or something. We don't know, like because
there still might be a Naga,
right? there might still be a Naga. There might still be a Naga. The Naga will be the one that once they create that ice bridge to the Iron Islands, will break the ice and just come to the rescue.
There you go.
You heard it here first, people. The Naga will help fight off the Night King.
I've been saying it for the whole time.
And then I just wrote down Fireboy, so that
was horrifying.
Fireboy, that's the word you chose.
I just wrote Fireboy, and I'm just like, oh, his eyes are open, and you're just like, holy crap, it is!
I wouldn't have noticed it unless you said that. I was like, oh my god, and then he started screaming.
Well, because the way they shot it, like, they had a soft focus in the background.
Yeah.
So, like, the main focus was in the foreground.
Yeah.
But, and so, like, you could just barely see, but you could see his eyes open. I'm just like,
noticed.
oh, his eyes are open.
That was horrifying. Absolutely horrifying.
That was a crazy scene. I like how that was shot.
Yeah.
The suspense of them leading up to that was a lot. That was cool.
I wonder how many of those they had, like, posted up throughout the parts of the wall, and like if they're gonna send back like a little contingent of whites to deal with being like, oh, we know that there's people there now. Like I said, it could be some type of alarm.
Because the way with the eyes, it almost seemed like it wasn't like a White Walker, but it was like a white that like was, you know, like how like there's like the white bears or like the white, because they can take over, they can warg almost into them. I wonder if that was
it seemed like season 1, episode 1, that little girl that became a white, or no, was the little girl that became a white? Yeah, like the little girl that became white. Season 1, episode 1.
She is similar.
Yeah,
you're right.
Yeah,
that's true.
But
it's just a regular white before the skin starts to decay. Like if you're a white for long enough.
Yeah, I'm sure that's true.
Wait, are you saying that they were at the wall at the Eastwatch when that happened?
Eastwatch is part of the wall. Is one of the there's Eastwatch, there's Castle Black. You
think that wasn't Eastwatch?
I don't, because that little boy was at Winterfell at the beginning. He was the little one running around.
Right, but where was that at? That was Winterfell?
That was Winterfell.
That was Winterfell where he was running around.
I think they're still in the north in the Winterfell area.
Oh, so even closer than not even, like much closer than
which means the walkers are coming.
Yeah, because they're already there.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Well, Winterfell's really the only thing in the north right now, except for the House Glover. The Glovers that are just staying behind, or whatever. It's like, they said House Glover would stand with House Stark for 1,000 years, and I'll stand by Jon Snow, and it's just...
Yeah, because he was the little lord that got up and was like, Your Grace.
Oh, right. And he said, we need horses.
Yes.
Yeah, but what house was that? Was that House Glover?
No,
it was... I forget what house it was.
Umber? It might have been
Umber.
Lord Umber. I think it was Umber.
So maybe they're at that... Maybe they're there.
They might be where the Umbers
the
are.
Umbers.
But why would...
They said...
Why would Tormund and all of them be there, though? I thought they were at Eastwatch.
I thought they were at Eastwatch, too, but it doesn't make sense about the boy being
right.
there.
Well, and they also said something about the Brothers in Black, how some of them decided to come down and others were still at the wall. Yeah.
They might just be going from station to station. Because I think there's like 6 or 7 different outposts at the wall. Like Castle Black is the main one, and it's the only one that's like not. Most of the other ones are abandoned because the Night's Watch isn't big enough anymore. Mm-hmm. Like back when the Night's Watch had like thousands of members, they could have some people at Castle Black, some people at Eastwatch, some people at.
But I think that they were closer to.
So they might just be getting the last remnants and just trying to get back.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, I think that they're very close to Winterfell at some.
Well, they are. They said the army is between them and Winterfell right now.
Right.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Because
they used that symbol before with the goat, or was it the horses they did that with?
There was like a lot of dead things in the snow where they panned way up, and that same symbol was there. Maybe it's just the flag of the night.
Well,
of the night.
In the very first episode,
like
that was
banner.
the symbol too. When the guy's like, "Oh, I saw these dead bodies," and then they were all gone.
Yeah, that's right. They were all in that like
the banner of the Night King or something.
Yeah, we don't.
I
really
hope they
know.
explain what that is.
I wonder if that has anything to do with the, what is it? The children of the forest or whatever. When they found all those ruins and weird symbols and stuff on the walls by the dragon glass.
Yeah.
I wonder if that ties into it at all. Because
I think there was that symbol in there, wasn't there?
Yeah. I think they specifically pointed
because
it
the children of the forest are the ones that created the White Walkers.
Yeah.
So it has something to do with that, I think.
Yeah.
All right, so only 5 episodes left.
Oh man,
that kills me. I can't. I'm not ready for the end. I'm not.
3, 2.
Now, if you think about it, though, like a lot of times the first 4 or 5 episodes in a season is setting up that season, and then the last like 5 episodes are like everything coming into play. Basically, we've had the entire show to basically set up this confrontation.
Right.
So, from a pacing standpoint,
it's about on pace.
Yeah, it should be about the right pace. More, I would hope, better paced than last season.
I bet you the next season or the next episode is going to be definitely a bigger reveals the stuff, people are gonna die.
Yeah.
Somebody big is gonna die.
Yeah. First prediction of someone who would die next episode. Like obviously we have people that we think might die by the end of the series, but maybe not in episode 2.
Yeah, and they have Bronn supposedly going out to assassinate the
Tyrion and Jaime.
Yeah.
I don't think he's going to do it, like, because the show is built up Bronn being all about money, all about power, all about money, da-da-da-da-da. But just the closeness that he got with
both of them,
Jaime and Tyrion, and a self-preservation streak, too. Like, yeah, it's nice to have a lot of gold, but
if you're dead,
it doesn't matter if you're dead. And
he'd probably say something along those lines eventually when he gets there.
Yeah,
and I bet you he goes and fights for them too.
Yeah, I don't think he'll actually go through with it. Like it'll be a really really tense moment. You're like, is he gonna do it? Is he gonna do it? And then like at the last second,
I bet you the Night King kills somebody. He might even kill that whole.
Yeah,
all them.
Yeah, like Tormund.
Tormund might die.
No, I want to see him get with.
What's his friggin' name? Beric Dondarrion.
Beric Dondarrion.
John's friend from Castle Black.
Yeah.
The surviving one.
Finn? No, not Finn.
Well, I mean, the attack on Winterfell is coming.
I think it's coming sooner than we think.
Right.
Because they're so close.
The thing is, like, Cersei is just going to wait for them to... I wonder if they do retreat, because like Cersei is just waiting for both armies to fight each other and then just fight what's left over.
But Jaime did take their armies up there.
Some of them. Yeah.
Well, not all of them.
Yeah.
Obviously, she got a bunch of other people.
I think they're going to retreat, and the army's going to go past and attack the south somehow, and just go straight to King's Landing first.
Yeah.
And then come back.
Well, and I thought Jaime just went by himself.
Yeah,
he didn't. He didn't bring any armies.
Anybody?
No, he didn't bring any armies. He just he was in a freaking cloak.
That's true.
He didn't come with an army.
That's true.
And Tyrion says Cersei's coming with an army, but that was just because.
No, she's not.
Yeah, she's so not coming.
Well, it was pretty obvious that.
I'm sure.
Jaime might tell them.
I'm sure. Yeah, I was gonna say Jaime will probably tell them that she's not coming with an army.
Yeah. So what I think will happen is there will be a loss at Winterfell next episode. Mm-hmm. They will need to retreat to the Iron Islands. Then the White Walkers just continue south and fuck up Cersei.
Yeah.
Because like, yeah, I don't know. Like, it just, because I don't. What I know is not going to happen is the White Walkers aren't going to just all of a sudden die next episode. Mm-mm. And then, because the whole show's been leading up to the confrontation with the White Walkers. So, like, what Cersei wants to happen, though, is have them beat the White Walkers right now, and then she'll just, like, take over everyone else because they're super weak from fighting the White Walkers. That's what Cersei wants. That's not going to happen.
No.
Because the White Walkers are going to last past episode 2, for sure.
Oh, yeah.
Like, there's no way that that's ending next episode.
I'm still not convinced she's pregnant. I don't think she is.
So I'm thinking a loss at Winterfell, a really bad loss at Winterfell, followed by a retreat to the Iron Islands, while the White Walkers
might even die.
While the White Walkers continue to rampage, like the entire. Well, I mean, most of the North is Winterfell at this point, so they'll just go straight south, and then Cersei will have no choice but to fight the army of the dead, and maybe kind of have like a pincer maneuver where you got the army of the North that comes in behind them from the Iron Islands, and then you got the southern armies. But,
kind of closes them up from all angles. Yeah.
We still don't know how Ice Dragon is gonna fuck everything up.
Right.
So
if Viserion or Drogon, or sorry, if Rhaegal or Drogon.
What if that's the last we've seen of Dorne, and like we're not gonna see any more from them anymore?
I don't know.
Isn't most of Dorne like, because they're in the dungeon right now, the Dorne people, like
Dornish people,
right? Cersei was fucking with them. She fed the.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, no, they like the Dornish. Or, like I don't know if they're really.
They're wiped off the map.
Like.
Everyone's like, we're done with the east side of the world.
They're not doing so well.
Yeah. Well, I guess they are done then.
Their leaders are
all done.
I think so. God, it's been a while. I need to rewatch. Anywho, anything else before we sign off?
Cannot wait for episode 2.
Yeah.
It's
All
gonna
right.
be a long week.
Oh, one thing. Are you free next Sunday?
Yes.
Are you? So you're good to come over?
Yeah, same time.
Same time.
I don't know what time. What time over.
So what I was thinking, if in the comment section below, I'll put a thing for questions that you can ask us after the episode on episode 2. But I might also just start a live stream. So like we'll watch the episode regular recording, and then like as we're going into the questions, for like I'll also just start live streaming and then just reading stuff from the computer as well.
I like that.
Maybe we can try and test that out, see if it works. Comment down below if you think we should do that. I don't want to actually like do a live streaming of our entire reaction to the hour-long episode because of copyrights, and I'm just being very careful with all the all the videos of mine that were taken down from Westworld and all that. So I just want to be very, very careful with the 10-minute limits. So we're not going to do a live stream of the entire episode, but maybe after we watch the episode, we'll stop recording and then start streaming. We'll try that for episode 2, see how you guys like it or not.
Yeah.
But sound good?
Sounds great.
And just look in the comment section of this video, and I will tell you what time we might start streaming. Because, you know, you might need a time to come by. Like, there will be a notification on YouTube when we start streaming, obviously. But I'll make a post on Twitter or make an update to the comment that I have pinned, being like, we're starting to watch the episode now, so in an hour and 5 minutes we'll start the stream or something. Coordination. We'll try it. Anyway, until next time, Velaru Lysis.
Bye.